Agentic AI is indeed redefining how humans and machines interact, collaborate, and solve problems. This keynote will explore how agent-based systems are being applied across industries in ASEAN to drive efficiency, enhance decision-making, and also unlock new possibilities. This session will also highlight practical examples of innovation in motion, grounded in responsible development and regional impact. And so, folks, please welcome the co-founder and CEO of LekirTech, Mr. Azizul Othman.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. So so the teh tarik paradox. All right. So I'm pretty sure that we are quite how should I say we quite cherish our teh tarik session. I'm pretty sure you will have it. Some of us will have with your friends, have it with your parents, or maybe like for me like I normally have it with my brothers. So we normally talk about things that about communities, about things that actually viral at the moment, things that actually like connect us between each other. So that's basically our teh tarik session. Normally I have it with my friends, family, and, and partners and so on. So, but what if I told you, right, at the moment, right, is that not just only us, right, the AI actually is talking to each other as well, right? They are basically sharing knowledge. They basically um, telling traits between each other. They are basically telling what actually they are doing right now, what they're going to do, and they are basically in a way scheming lah. But then in a good way lah, because they are basically working together. So that's the thing. So the teh tarik paradox, right, is not only applied to us, it's also applied to AI as well. All right. so so my name is Zach Azizul Othman. I'm basically the co-founder and CEO for LekirTech Amsterdam. It's a small company over in Sabajaya, and and I have I normally advocate AI lah, advocate AI for formulation. I could do quite a number of things like talks and seminars and so on. So, but then yeah, coming back to this AI, right? Coming back to this agentic AI. All right. So agentic AI is basically what do you call that? It's autonomous AI that actually work towards a common goal, right? And it's basically more efficient. Okay, it can do all the things without any burnout. It reduces human error. It is affordable actually to deploy. For instance, right, if let's say we have a team, right, that we are paying, like for I'm basically a business owner, right. So if you have a team that actually that have operation expenditure for one, let's say what 10,000 ringgit lah for that particular team. So let's say that team of three, right, 3 to 3%. But if you were to deploy AI agents, right, agentic AI right, in this manner, right, so for like 10,000 ringgit, right, for us to deploy that three AI agent to do that work, right, it will only cost you 5% of the actual OPEX. So we are looking at only 500 ringgit to maintain that team actually. So that's one, and it's basically easy to scale. It's not something that whereby like normal human, the one that we have, right, is that we if let's say one person resign, we need to go through that process of HR, we need to train and everything like that. But then when it comes to AI agents, it's different. It's basically copy and paste. We create another AI agent to actually to fulfill all the requirements for that part. So in this case, this is basically the common things that is not just going to happen in the future. It's already happening right now. All right. So so before I go any further, right, I want to tell you about this. The perfect world that basically I find it right. The idea is that to get a whole team of AI agents to help to stay organized and help you to scale. The idea the idea is that to multiply productivity and reduces cost. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do it through AI agents. But let me tell you what do you know about AI agents, right? So let me tell you, okay. So in this thing, right, they call it TRL, Technology Readiness Level. Right? So this TRL, right, is been done by NASA, and AI. There's 5 levels actually. NASA have categorized. First one. Any of you guys are here are fanboys or ChatGPT? ChatGPT. Anybody use ChatGPT? All right, cool. Anybody use Gemini? Okay, we got a fan base over here. Anybody that use Copilot? A big fan of Copilot. All right, cool. Yeah, Gemini is me. So the idea is that all those LLM, large language model you guys are using right now for your work, for your studies and stuff like that, right? Those are level 1 AI. Okay, level 1. It's just a beginning of AI, large language model. Alright, so what happens is that last year, there's another one more model came out. It's very popular. And they call it, that is basically level 2. We call it AI reasoning. And that model is RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. It kind of helps you actually to you find patterns. So if you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, if you're using Copilot, most likely you're gonna be using RAG as well. All right, so that's what we are last year was very popular. But then when it comes this year, it's level 3. Okay, we call it autonomous AI agent. So this is basically level 3 that been done by NASA, and this is whereby you see a lot of AI agent word hype up, agentic AI. MCP can do that, they can do this. It's like having your digital partner, having your digital colleague. So this is where we are right now. But I can tell you, we are pushing even further actually. But this is something that I can fairly there lah. We call it level 4, autonomous AI inventor. It's basically like your typical Jarvis. Okay, if you're an Iron Man, if you guys are Tony Stark, you guys are basically gonna have your own Jarvis and get Jarvis to do all the job. So this is basically where we are right now. No, not we are. We are going to right now actually. And the last one is a bit more scary, but that's level 5, right? The last level, the ultimate one. They call it autonomous AI organization. So this is basically your typical Skynet from your Terminator movie. All right, so this is basically where we are heading. But then I can tell you that we are still far fetched from this level 5, but it's not impossible for us to reach within. I don't dare to say this is last time, but then it could be the next one. So that's basically the TRL. Okay, so what we have done actually as a 75 based on because we focus on AI agent. So we have done this platform whereby we call it Assistify, and we can actually combine all these AI agents into one. So first of all, we have this thing called multi AI agent whereby they talk to each other, and we have workflow like NAN, Zapier. So all this actually that the one that that we can get our AI agent to follow. Task 1, task 2, task 3, right? Then we have the ML ops, the machine learning operation. That's only you can work on many types of data, like even videos, pictures, sounds, voice, you name it. And now it's like it works with you like a colleague because we have this thing we call it collaboration flow. And lastly is that we have this thing we call it panglima lah. So panglima is basically all whatever that we have over here together with a call center. Via VoIP, they will be able to make calls to you and yeah, maybe one day answer. Yeah, it's not only one day; it's already answering a call right now. Maybe one day to even collect debt in a way. All right, so so this is basically the circle things that the bulat you are seeing in front of you. This is basically all AI agent the one that we have created. So our AI agent will be able to communicate one another. And if you see that, right? Okay, if you see that, right? So you can actually create this, and you can actually start train them, and you can assign them workflow. Okay, so this is the thing. So when you actually create it, you can give it responsibility. You can give it them things that need to be done, and then when you train them, man, you can upload your SOP, your company documentation, your products. So for for them to learn actually, right. So after we create the AI agent and this AI agent is smart enough to answer all our questions and stuff like that, right? So this is whereby we get them to do the job. Alright. So what you're seeing over here is basically a workflow using NAN. So the AI agent that the pandai just now, that's smart enough to do things that you wanted to do and learn all the things, right? You can get AI agent to do task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4 until it's done. So this is where basically where I told you that AI agent not just only gonna be your generative AI that just taking very interesting pictures, doing videos, doing proposal, but it can do more than just that. All right. So that's basically what we all are. Okay. So from there, right? So when it comes to agentic, right? Agentic, what is basically a difference between agentic, AI agent and agentic? All right. So this is basically a few features of what we have done over in LekirTech that actually already in this category of agentic AI. First of all, we have these features with multi-AI agent. So multi-AI agent is whereby one AI can talk to another AI. All right. So can you imagine like if you have a sales AI agent, right, has just closed one particular deal, and you have and this sales AI agent need to create an invoice. But again, sales AI agent are there to close the deal. Like what human do lah, right? We are there to close the deal. We are following our function, our role. So what happened is that this AI agent required to actually to generate an invoice. So what we do? We create another AI agent on finance to do proper finance. So what happens that the AI agent sales, right, can pass all the the customer credential and everything like that all to the sales AI agent, sorry, all to the finance AI agent, and they will create the invoice, and the invoice sent back to the AI agent sales, and sales AI agent send that to the customers. So this is basically what we are right now. We can train them, we can give them responsibility, and the sky's the limits. All right, so that's nice. So when you create the AI agent, right? So there are multiple okay, AI. There are multiple workflow actually out there, and one of the popular one is basically NAN. But again, we do not want to get stuck with one because we learn our lesson back in 2023. So you can actually, with our system, actually, you can actually get your agent to work on NAN, Zapier, Make, Bubbles, Rapplip, and so on. So this is basically where you define your process and you translate it into workflow, and the AI agent follow step task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4 until it's completed. All right. So then after that, right? Since that we do not want it to be so how should I say, so stuck into documentation mode, right? So we want to be more, we want to be a bit more creative. This is basically whereby we have this thing, AI agent machine learning operation. Means, right, this ML ops, right, it not just only prepare on your work on your document, right, but basically it works with pictures. So if let's say you have let's say you have a customer or maybe a client that always send you a proof of picture or proof of payment, right? So you want to get the AI. This is basically where the features came out, come in to save the day lah. We call it machine learning operation. So from there, right, the AI agent will be able to under videos, sound, and so on. You just name it lah. So from there, if you were to upload Simbilo Kasih movie over here, right, or maybe upload a K-pop Demon Hunter over here, able to actually do a chronology on that movie. Came out even all the subtitle of that particular movie. So this is the thing that what we are right now lah. All right. So okay, the next one we have this thing collaboration flow. All right. So collaboration flow is basically AI agent when the things get real, hits the fan, right? The AI agent actually will be able to reach you. All right. So instead of just having a workflow, the AI agent will actually able to send you emails, something that require firefighting, right? Something that needs your approval. It can tell you, hey boss, send you email. Hey boss, what should I do with this? Oh hey, boss, this is my proposal right now. Can you review it? AI agent can do that, like a colleague, like yourself. So what happens is that you can actually reply back that email, right? Saying that, hey, AI agent, number one and number three is wrong. Number one is A, B, C. Number three is D, F, G. So the AI agent actually reply, get your email, take that comment, and do the necessary things to make the changes. So this is basically what we call it collaboration flow. All right. So the AI agent not just only work on the definitive task that you assign, but actually things that can even do firefighting together with you. All right. And lastly, what we have actually right now, we have Panglima Call Center lah. This is basically an AI agent. Wherever things that you're saying just now in front, it can through VoIP, it can make calls and can make it can take inbound calls and make outbound calls, and yeah, again, it will be a game changer for the uh, call center, debt collector, maybe therapy. So in terms of that in particular industry. So yeah, AI agent actually from there, you can make outbound calls, inbound calls, and create tickets. You just name it from there, right? So and lastly, this is something that we try to like um, challenge the current process. Since that this is basically whereby we at LekirTech, we are working on this thing. We call it Dayang AI agent. Have you heard this term called Dayang before? Dayang. I know, I'm pretty sure you have a few friends that actually have the name Dayang lah. But uh, but I'm not talking about that Dayang. Okay, I'm not talking about your girlfriend that Dayang. I'm talking about if you were a sultan and you have about few thousand Dayang that work for you actually fetch you your food. Go and do the I don't know, I don't know back in the day what they do. I don't think they do the laundry, but then what a sultan needs to do apa to be treated lah, and all these things is been done by Dayang. The same thing, the definition that we are doing for Dayang AI agent, the one that we are doing at LekirTech. So it's basically on a computer level. Okay, now what you see all in front, right, is all at the application level. So we have even go a bit more deeper to the operation level. So what I'm trying to say is that you can put Dayang AI agent, right, into your window operation. So what happens is that if let's say, right, you have created your AI agent and you can give it the role and you have teach your AI agent, right, but then, right, hey, let's do a bit more something similar, right? So you together with your AI agent, you teach your AI agent your how to use Microsoft Word. Okay, for instance, Microsoft Word, and you can teach your agent. Okay, this is the menu guide. Now learn. Okay, so you can tell your AI agent. Okay, AI agent, based on your knowledge that you know about my company profile about myself, now create me a profile biology apa self. So the AI agent actually use your mouse, go away to the Microsoft Word, okay, start opening and start typing. So this guy, it's not just been done. We just not only do that. We even did on Google Chrome. So what we did is that we tell the AI agent how to use Google Chrome. And my partner actually is from Sabah. So at that time, it was on March. He wanna go to he wanna go balik kampung on Raya, right? It was on April. So what happens is that we get Dayang actually to find the cheapest ticket to Sabah. So what Dayang did is that Dayang goes scroll the mouse slowly but surely lah, slowly and click Google Chrome and start typing aimalaysiasummit.gov.my. Try to find the ticket. Yeah, the first version was a bit slow, but after 10 minutes, right, it gives you a list of the detail of the schedule and so on. So this is whereby we are talking about the MCP level ETL. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and ETL extraction, transform, load, and ELT, right? Extraction, load, transform. So all this model, right, is basically what to try to tell you, right? It's basically a model whereby you do not require workflow. Okay, AI agent work autonomously like your Jarvis in Iron Man movie. So yeah, you can get them to do the work. So what I'm trying to tell you is that people in the future, not before in the future, people right now actually, right, who are like a HR manager, right, and you need to do payroll and you need to do interview screening and you need to go all through the multiple thousand of resume, right? You just need to know how to deploy AI agent and get the AI agent to do the job. So what I'm trying to tell you right now, right, we are not going to lose our job, but we're going to be working a bit more silo because, right, you're going to deploy your own AI agent to do the work for you. All right. So this is not about IT company, IT stuff actually to do and fix your printer or to fix your mouse or whatever. We are talking about yourself actually in your current job. Get AI agent to do the repetitive job. All right. You got it. All right. So, so it doesn't stop there actually. So what happens that? So this is basically a technology the behind the scene what we are using. We do not use. This one is a bit unpopular. They call it large action model, LAM. The LAM concept, the LAM model. Right. So LAM actually is very different with LLM. All right. So what we use LAM, right, is that we combine all these multiple engine, right, into a 65. Okay, so what it does is we have this NLP, natural language processing, to actually understand our language, and they actually understand our language as well. And then we have RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So it learns. So whatever documentation that you have there, you can just upload it and it learns. Lastly, and then we have this thing we call it IDSS, Intelligent Decision Support System. All right. So this is the real okay, and it works on closer set. So the only reason why you don't see LLM or we don't like to do it. First of all, right, LLMs, right, it hallucinate. All right, it hallucinate. It has what do you call it? It has this thing whereby like ChatGPT, you have a 1.9%, and we have this thing called compounding effect. So what happens is that the more you use it, right, it's something like the more you makan nasi lemak, right, the first pinggan was okay. The second pinggan you start a bit more drowsy. Third pinggan you might need to sit down and lay back. So this is basically what happened in LLM. So that's why we use this concept LLM. So it works closely with the set. And lastly, right, the most important one, right, especially for our client, right, is that it works in closer set. So whatever data or you are using for your finance, for your studies, for your research, right, it doesn't share to the public. People do not know. That's why we practice on this concept called. It's very unpopular. They call it LAM lah, large action model, because it like a baby, right? So like a baby, when you baby is out, you need to teach the baby. It's not something like a Gandalf from the Lord of the Ring. Kula pandai already. All right. So this is the thing. So again, yeah. So why we don't use LLM? Again, I already told you just now with two things. One is because that LLM actually predict, and then since that it can hallucinate, right, it will not be able to do critical workflow. And lastly, right, since that we cannot do critical workflow, and one thing that is share your data with the public. So yeah, trade secret is out of the window. PDP out of window. Apa? Uh, Artificial intelligence governance and ethics is out of the window. That's why, guys, try to protest. Try to start build your own AI agent and use this LAM concept. All right. Then, okay, what is matter right now? Actually, it's basically the apa? At the moment, Asia actually are booming with data, with dynamic context, interval awareness, and we are basically turning to a point whereby we are basically a leapfrog potential. All right, we can bloom exponentially right now. So that's why it's matter right now in Asia. All right. So and we are expecting more people who actually collaborate with AI. Okay, for instance, like, if you have a company and you deploy a AI agent LHDN query responder, all right. So what happens is that you can get AI agent to work with your finance, your accounting system, and then get LHDN to talk to the AI agent. All right. So this is basically what we are right now. All right. Then okay. Again, we don't. For me, right, personal view, right, we don't need Silicon Valley AI. We need ASEAN-born AI actually from our side. So okay, yeah, there's some few cases from data from Thailand. They are doing quite a number of things on AI agent. Then we have this Mimosa Tech, okay, from Vietnam, doing a lot of things on agriculture. It increase, it reduces water usage and so on. And we have that successful story in Malaysia as well. We have my startup. So they deploy their own agent and actually combine a 15 over startup into one particular platform and handle the category. All right. So again, actually holding us back is basically is lack of awareness, talent shortage, microsocial AI, and chatbots, and so on. Okay, and and where are we heading? We are heading to this place whereby you could be a solopreneur, whereby you have 1% and you have 2 to 300 AI agents working for you. All right, all right, and the idea is that we need to start thinking about being the dalang lah. Okay, the dalang actually who actually set up all these agents to do that work. All right. Again, I would like to thank you, and yeah, please feel free to contact me via WhatsApp or yeah, follow me Instagram or LinkedIn. All right. Thank you guys. Assalamualaikum.
Thanks, Zach.